All right, let's dive into a powerful financial strategy today, one that actually borrowed its logic from the world of fitness. It's all about putting your energy in the right place at the right time. Because let's face it, the big question is, are you spending all your time on financial chores that barely move the needle, while completely ignoring the things that could change your life? Okay, this quote right here, it just cuts straight to the heart of the problem, doesn't it? It perfectly captures that trap so many of us fall into. You know the feeling? You're so busy with your money, budgeting, tracking, trying to save a few bucks here and there, but you're not actually getting anywhere. You're mistaking motion for progress. So, I'm going to ask you straight up, where does your financial energy actually go? Is it all spent playing defense, trying to save a few dollars on small stuff? Or are you playing offense, making big moves that could fundamentally change your financial future? That's the real question we've got to answer. So, how do we solve this? Well, to figure it out, we're going to borrow an idea from the gym. You know how in fitness, athletes go through a bulk and cut cycle? They have a phase for building muscle, and then a totally separate phase for trimming down to reveal it. We can apply that exact same thinking to our finances.
So what is this financial bulk and cut? Well, think of it as a life cycle strategy. See, instead of trying to do everything at once, earn more, spend less, save more all at the same time, you focus intensely on just one main goal for a specific period of your life, just like a bodybuilder. They're either trying to gain mass or they're trying to lose fat. They never, ever try to do both at the same time.
And here's the whole idea in a nutshell. We're splitting our financial lives into two totally different phases. In your 20s, you're in the bulk. Your one single mission is aggressive income growth. That's it. Then you switch gears completely. In your 30s, you enter the cut phase, where your entire focus shifts to ruthless expense optimization. 2 different decades, 2 totally different missions. Let's dig into the bulk. For most of us, this is our 20s, and this decade is all about offense. The goal here is not to trim the fat, it's to build as much financial muscle, as much earning power as you possibly can. So for a little while, forget the coupons. We're hunting for much, much bigger game. So how do you actually do it? Well, the playbook is simple, but it's powerful. First, you get aggressive about increasing your income. That means you're changing jobs, negotiating hard for raises, maybe starting a side hustle. Second, you invest in yourself. You pay for that certification, that online course, whatever it takes to increase your market value. And third, and this is the part that feels kind of weird, you have to accept a terrible savings rate. And why? Because every spare dollar is being reinvested into your single greatest asset, your ability to earn more money. This chart shows you the mindset perfectly. Your focus on income, it's cranked all the way up. It's basically your entire world. And as a result, your savings rate is going to be low. But that's not just okay. It's actually part of the plan. You're sacrificing some savings in the short term to build a massively higher income ceiling for the long term. Okay, now let's jump to the next phase, because this is where it all comes together. So you've spent a decade bulking up that income. Now you're in your 30s, and it's officially time for the cut. Your entire strategy does a complete 180. You've built this powerful engine, now it's time to see just how efficient you can make it. The playbook for the cut phase is all about defense and efficiency. First, you get ruthless about optimizing your biggest expenses. We're talking housing, transportation, and food. Now is when you really care about the numbers. Second, you intentionally put a stop to lifestyle creep. Just because your income is way up, you hold your spending steady. And that gap between what you earn and what you spend, it becomes a giant canyon. And third, you just start stacking cash, investing it, saving it, and building serious wealth.
And just look at the difference here. The priority has completely flipped on its head. Now, your savings focus is sky high. You're taking that incredible income you built in your 20s, and you're finally converting it into wealth at an amazing rate, all by keeping your expenses under control. This is where you really start to see that explosive growth.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? The bulk and cut idea isn't about what's good or bad. It's about what's effective. Clipping coupons isn't a bad thing to do, but it might be the completely wrong strategy at the wrong time in your life. And trying to double your income might be a waste of energy if your spending is totally out of control. Let's just put it all together here. Think of your financial life as having seasons. In your 20s, the verb is grow. The action is to invest in your skills and income. And the mindset is all about asking, how much can I possibly make? Then, in your 30s, the verb changes to consolidate. The action is to optimize your spending and save like crazy. And the mindset totally shifts to, how much of what I make can I actually keep? And that brings us right back to the beginning. It's a simple framework, yeah, but it's a really profound one. It forces you to be honest with yourself about where you are in life and whether your financial actions are actually aligned with your goals for this season. So, which phase are you in? And maybe more importantly, are you optimizing the right variable?